So we will be moving over from here to Tanzania, where we'll be looking at some important conversations there. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan has appointed a new head of the police amid criticism over recent human rights violations by the country's security officers. The president appointed Camillus Wambura, the former director of criminal investigations, as the new Inspector General of Police and replaces Simon Sirro, who has been named Tanzania's ambassador to Zimbabwe.
Now, other appointees include Ramadan Hamisi Kingai as the new Director of Criminal Investigations. Upon the reshuffle of the top police official, President Samia said that her government's priority was to have an efficient force that would observe the rights of the people and their property. And sometime in the course of Breakfast Central this morning, we will be bringing in our Tanzanian journalists to quickly join us, and share their thoughts on why these changes have been made and what, the effect might be on security situation in Tanzania. And of course, this is all, according to President Samia's plans for a more safe and secure Tanzanian community. Let's see how it turns out.
I mean, this is coming a month after the Tanzanian police have been accused of allegedly pursuing the Maasai herders violently, from Tanzania, and it's a bit worrisome to some. They've expressed great concerns about this, and it'd be interesting to find out the further details about the story from our Tanzanian correspondent.
Absolutely.
All right, now let's move over to Israel. Israel's Army Chief Aviv Kochavi is visiting Morocco for meetings with senior defense officials as cooperation between the countries expand following the normalization of ties. Aviv Kochavi's 3-day trip is the first official visit of the Israeli Army Chief to the North African Kingdom. A small group of people in Morocco, however, have expressed displeasure about the visit, noting that his involvement in war crimes should be taken a look at. News Central's Nii Omoni has more details in this report.
Dozens of human rights activists demonstrated in front of the Moroccan Parliament building in the capital Rabat in protest against the visit of the Chief of Staff of the Israeli Occupation Army, Aviv Kochavi. Chanting slogans and condemning the visit, the protest called by the Popular National Action Group for Palestine opposes the normalization between Morocco and the occupation state.
هذا الجنرال اللي هو بالنسبة لنا هو مجرم حرب، لأنه لا ننسى التقتيل الذي قام به للشعب الفلسطيني بنسائه ورجاله وأطفاله وشيوخه، وماذا فعل في القدس، وماذا فعل في جنوب لبنان، وماذا فعل في سوريا. إذن هذا مجرم، مع الأسف نحن نستقبل هذا المجرم.
Kochavi arrived in Morocco as part of the framework to strengthen military and security cooperation between Tel Aviv and Rabat, which started to take shape in April 2020. This is the first public visit of its kind and will last 3 days. He is expected to meet with senior officials in the military establishment in Morocco.
Donc, il apparaît qu'il est là pour une réelle coordination dans ce nouvel axe militaire, ce nouvel OTAN du monde arabe que les Israéliens, sous le parapluie américain, ont créé et dont Israël est évidemment le fer de lance et qui se traduira malheureusement par des événements graves et un risque de guerre accru.
Diplomatic relations between the two countries resumed in December 2020 after a break of 20 years. Morocco froze relations following the outbreak of the Second Palestinian Intifada in 2000. The government in Morocco is the fourth Arab regime to normalize relations with Israel since 2020 after the UAE, Bahrain and Sudan. Egypt and Jordan each signed peace treaties with Israel in 1979 and 1994 respectively. Nii Omoni, reporting for News Central.
Now let's head back to Tanzania to find out why the reshuffling is happening by Madam President amid the criticism that's going on right now. Let's now bring in Tanzanian journalist Ivona Kamuntu, who joins us virtually from Tanzania. Thank you for joining us this morning. Do we have you, Ivona?
All right, I think we're still trying to establish a strong connection in Tanzania this morning. But the conversation is really centered around a reshuffle in security the police force in Tanzania by the president, and trying to see if this might be the answer to challenges Tanzania might be facing with security, or maybe also in response to the attack on the Maasai tribe that seemingly were attacked about 3 weeks, about a month ago. I remember that I saw a couple of those videos and pictures on social media saying that they were being evicted from their land for personal reasons.
Do we have Ivona joining us this morning? Unfortunately. Oh yes, we can hear you. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
All right. Why would you say the shuffle by Madam President has become necessary at this time, especially because these changes are coming a month after some accused the Tanzanian police of violently evicting the Maasai herders from their ancestral land in northern Ngorongoro district? Confirm this to us and then let us know why Madam President is reshuffling at this time.
Well, I think these changes have come now because, firstly, the retirement time of former Chief of Police, Simon Sirro, has arrived, but also President Samia has been clear by making it very clear to the public that she is not satisfied with the performance and effectiveness of social justice institutions. So she has said improvements and reforms at those institutions is due to the issues of people's rights and country's rights being a priority for her regime. That's the reason she is forced to come up with all these changes at this time.
All right, and the second part of the question I'd asked you was to confirm if it actually happened. There were allegations that the police had forcefully evicted the Maasai herders from their ancestral land in Ngorongoro.
Well, I don't think I am the right person to confirm that, since I'm not the Tanzanian police spokesperson. But all I can say is that the President Samia, at the swearing in, the new Chief of Police IGP Camillus Wambura, along with the 3 ambassadors, including Ambassador Simon Sirro, who is going to Zimbabwe, she made it very clear it is due to the performance and effectiveness of social justice institutions. So could have been in so many reasons, but I'm not the person to confirm that to you.
All right. Now you've talked about performance. The president has also promised that there will be a committee to assess police performance. But human rights activists describe the changes as delayed, and said that, these are things that should have happened a long time ago. So, how optimistic are Tanzanians that these changes will bring an end to the cases of human rights violations across the country?
Well, yes, President Samia promised to the public that there will be a committee of 12 people with a secretariat of 5 people to support the President Samia's vision to achieve the performance and efficiency of those bodies. So, she mentioned former Chief Justice of Manchande and former Chief Secretary Ambassador Umbenisefue amongst the member of the Secretariat and the committee. But to answer if it is delayed, I'm not again in a position to attribute what activists said, because the Constitution of Tanzania does not give the president a specific time to make changes in this kind of environment. If that's what you mean, it is only due to her will and not something else. On how optimistic are Tanzanians that these changes will bring an end to the numerous cases of human rights violation in the country, I think they will have to wait and see the results, because incidents of human rights violation happen everywhere. But how governments deal with those incidents according to the circumstances they have is another matter. But sincerely, President Samia has shown the intentions to change the functioning of these institutions for provision of justice society, because there are things, as I explained, that she has witnessed, because she has been in a government for more than 20 years. So she has witnessed a lot to come up with such a strong statement.
All right. I want to thank you very much for your time this morning, and we hope that this is a great move and the best move for Tanzania that has been made by the president. We look forward to speaking with you again.